What's up, Mavletic lovers and listeners, and welcome back to Maverick Postgame. We are happy to be back and have a great show prepared for you today, packed full of CMU content from around campus. With that being said, I'm your host, Justin Platt.
And I'm the other one.
Let's get into all the game-breaking stats, off-the-wall wins, heartbreaking losses, and in-depth analysis of our CMU athletics. Roll it.
Hello everyone, once again, I'm the other one.
And I'm Justin Platt. Let's hop right in and take a look at all the Mavtastic action that took place here this week at CMU. Starting the week off strong was Colorado Mesa women's lacrosse team. After a slow start to the season, women's lax has begun to find their footing. CMU beat Fort Lewis in a score of 19-11. Much like their season, they started off the game slow, falling behind 6-0. Then, backed into a corner of facing a losing record, CMU rallied to score 10 unanswered points. From there on out, CMU was hot, putting up 9 more goals in the game. Kylie Davis continues to be a star for the Mavs in terms of scoring, as she put up 5 goals on the day. She was followed by Lauren Wick, who had 4 goals of her own, as well as an assist, and then was backed up by Ashton Whittle, who did a little bit of everything, scoring 2 goals, 3 ground balls, 2 turnovers caused, and 6 draw controls. Safe to say that you can never count CMU out, and you don't want to underestimate these women. CMU will now prepare for a matchup with the UCCS Mountain Lions this Sunday.
Much like the women's team, the men also came to play in their matchup last weekend against Westminster. The Mavs were dominant throughout the entire game, not giving up more than 2 goals per quarter and scoring 2 or more in every quarter. CMU destroyed Westminster 16-6. CMU took 49 shots to Westminster's 26 and won 19 faceoffs to Westminster's 7. The leading scorer for the Mavs was Carson Schwark, who had 3 goals, followed by AJ Switzer, James Steinke, and Jake Keys, who all had 2. CMU will look to build on their 4-game win streak facing Adams State and CSU Pueblo next week.
Colorado Mesa women's soccer team has been through a rough season lately. CMU is now 3-3-1 on the season as they fell to UC Colorado Spring last weekend. Up against a conference favorite and nationally ranked UCCS 6-0 team, it looked as though CMU was completely off balance and out of depth. The Mountain Lions ran an efficient offense, scoring 4 total goals of 9 total shots, with 7 aimed at the frame. CMU did have 3 saves, but it just wasn't enough, as they didn't score a goal on the day. CMU will look to fix their troubles and gain a win next weekend against MSU Denver.
CMU men's soccer flipped the script on UCCS, defeating them 4-0. The men's soccer team has 0 losses on the season with a record of 2-0-1. The team has scored an astonishing 8 goals in the past 2 games. While only putting up 1 goal in the first half, CMU got hot in the second, tallying 3 in the second. The Mavs took 22 shots compared to UCCS's 5, with 9 being goal to UCCS's 4. 4 Mavericks scored a goal, including Ethan Anderson, Gabriel Perez, Alec Fronapple, and Isa Trujillo. The Mavs will return home next Thursday to take on MSU Denver before closing out the regular season with a rematch against Westminster on Sunday, April 11th.
Now that we have recapped the games, it's time to announce our Maverick of the Week. Our Maverick of the Week this week goes to Adelaine Charlson of Colorado Mesa's women's lacrosse team. Charlson picked up her 2nd straight win, defending the goal for the Mavs. She also bagged 8 saves and 4 ground balls in the game. Moving forward, Charlson will be a major factor in the Mavericks' success this season. Thank you so much, Adeline, for your stellar performance. You are our Maverick of the Week. Before we go into our closing thoughts, I'd like to talk about one of the more underappreciated sports here on campus. In case you didn't know, CMU does have a wrestling team for both women and men. I had the lucky chance to learn up close from some of these women. To tell us more about the CMU women's wrestling team, here is Marissa Gallegos.
I'm Marissa Gallegos. I am a biology major, and I'm looking to continue my education as a physical therapist. So after I get my bachelor's, I will go to PT school. I am a junior academically, but I'm a redshirt sophomore.
That it ends kind of
and yeah.
And on the women's wrestling team, you've been wrestling for most of your life. How old were you when you first started wrestling?
So I started wrestling when I was 10 years old. But I also was heavy into judo before my wrestling career. Like, I always found college very important, but judo, there's not too much judo in college. And my brothers wrestled at the time, and their wrestling coaches were like, if you're good at judo, you'd be good at freestyle and Greco wrestling. So I just tried it out, and I liked it. Greco was fun to me back then. I still wish they had girls Greco, so they should put that in the Olympics one day. But for me, that was really fun. My teammate Jersey and I, at the time, were like the only girls who would wrestle guys Greco. Women's wrestling wasn't really big yet. Like, in some states like California and Texas it was, but like Colorado and surrounding states, it just wasn't big yet. So there wasn't enough depth. Jersey and I like wrestled boys before we wrestled girls. Like, wrestling girls came second after, because like that's all we had at the time. In Colorado, it was just we wrestled the boys because there was no girls divisions at any of the tournaments. The growth in the team is insane. We started off with like not even a full roster, like maybe 5-6 girls, to now we have 25 girls, and we've had more All-Americans than we ever had this year. And that's with one of our best teammates getting hurt and having to pull out before she can All-American. So we could have had even another one. Travis has really helped me grow as a wrestler. When I didn't believe in myself, he believed in me. When I struggled coming back from my surgery, he was there. He told me just keep chipping away. Like, soon you will realize how far you've come. My first tournament back was like a senior nationals. I went 2 and out. Like, I honestly didn't know if I should keep wrestling. And then 6 months later at that same exact tournament, I placed top 6 in a very stacked bracket. I didn't really cut any weight either. It was just kind of, I just went out, wrestled, and did my thing. And just seeing that growth in a matter of 6 months of just being healthy, wrestling in college and wrestling through injuries has strengthened me mentally in terms of life, because I know I can deal with adversity. I've done it. I'm now wrestling with a broken hand for the 3rd time in a row. I get x-rays later today, so maybe it got worse, maybe it didn't, but either way, I'm still going to wrestle.
Thank you so much, Marissa. Maverick up.
Okay, today I'm here with Zoe from the women's wrestling team, and she's going to be doing some wrestling moves on me. Zoe, you want to kind of tell us what we're doing?
So I'm going to be hitting an arm spin, which is just a throw that we use in wrestling. It's 4 points. Yeah.
All right, cool.
You ready?
Well, please don't kill me and let's get to it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You gotta shake hands.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So, get in the stance, bend your knees. There you go.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, oh, oh. 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 Sorry. Oh. Yeah, so that's wrestling, right? Oh. Oh. Sorry. Oh. Why did that one hurt more than the rest? Okay. Oh. 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 That one knocked the shit out of me. Oh. 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 Oh.
Yeah, that's not rolling with it.
I didn't know it was coming so fast. I definitely felt that for a few days after. Sid, why don't you give us your closing thoughts while I continue to recover a little bit?
Well, first of all, yikes. Second of all, since we are on the topic of unappreciated sports here on campus, I would like to shed light on a few that we offer here. That CMU has 28 varsity sports programs as well as clubs. There's wrestling, esports, rock climbing, rodeo, alpine skiing, and so much more. Just because we may not cover them here on Maverick Postgame does not mean they do not exist. If you have interest in a sport that you think they might not offer here on campus, just look it up on CMU's website and find out. I promise that if you're interested in joining a sport or club on campus, that there is one for you.
I completely agree, and that was very well said, Sydney. I'd like to talk about the women's soccer team. Yes, they are not doing as well as some of the other programs at CMU, but that doesn't mean that we should count them out. They need our support now more than ever to show them that we are on their side. The team will learn and they will improve, and it could come down to us fans showing support that helps to give them that extra fight to maybe even make it into the playoffs. We got this, CMU. Together, we can overcome any challenge. With that being said, unfortunately, it's time to close the show. I'm your host, Justin Platt.
And I'm the other one, or Sydney.
I like the other one. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next week at an all-new, recaps-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. Stay safe, study hard, and of course, have yourselves a Mesa amazing day.